holding on or trusting God when nothing makes sense. Trusting God when nothing makes sense. In Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 to 6, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. There are seasons in life when events unfold in ways that defy logic and contradict expectations. Prayers seem unanswered, doors remain closed, and carefully laid plans fall apart. In such moments, the human mind seeks explanation, yet heaven remains silent. Scripture repeatedly reminds us that God's thoughts are higher than ours, and his ways beyond our comprehension. When nothing makes sense, it does not mean that God has lost control. Rather, it means that he is working on a level beyond our limited perspective. Faith is not proven in clarity, but in confusion. Trusting God in uncertain seasons requires surrendering our need for full understanding. It means choosing confidence in his character when we cannot trace his heart. Those who master this level of trust experience deeper intimacy and stronger spiritual maturity. Trusting in God when nothing makes sense. 1. Trust requires surrendering human understanding. Divine directions begins where human reasoning ends. That's why we read Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. Lean not on your own understanding. Human logic is limited and cannot fully grasp divine strategy. Accept God's higher ways. Isaiah 55 verse 8 to 9. His thought transcends human calculation and planning. Be still before him. Psalm 46 verse 10. Stillness allows confidence in his sovereignty. Walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. Faith continues forward even without visible evidence. 2. Trust is tested in seasons of delay. When there's delay in whatever we have reason, in whatever we are doing, when answers tarry, faith must remain anchored. Wait for the vision. Habakkuk 2:3. Though it tarries, it will surely come at the appointed time. Strength renewed in waiting. When you are in the season of delay, because I was saying trust is tested in seasons of delay. So strength renewed in waiting. Isaiah 40:31. Waiting produces renewed spiritual strength. Trusting in God when nothing does not make sense. Patience produces maturity. James 1:3-4. Testing develops endurance and completeness. So we are talking about trusting God when nothing makes sense. Trusting God when nothing makes sense. Hope anchored in promise. Romans chapter 8, verse 25. Hope sustains faith when results are unseen. Hannah endured years of barrenness and ridicule, yet she continued praying and trusting God. And in due time, the Lord remembered her and granted her Samuel. 3. Trust grows through past testimonies. Remembering previous victories strengthens faith. Recall God's faithfulness. Lamentation 3:21-23. His mercies are new every day. Reflect on past deliverances. Psalm 77:11-12. Meditating on God's works build confidence. Strengthen yourself in the Lord. 1 Samuel 36:6. Encouragement comes from remembering divine help. Hold firmly to confession. Hebrews 10:23. God is faithful to fulfill what He has promised. No matter when you are in the season of waiting, remember God is faithful to fulfill what He has promised. David remembered how God delivered him from the lion and the bear. And this testimony gave him confidence to confront Goliath boldly. Trust produces supernatural peace. When trust is genuine, peace replaces anxiety. Peace beyond understanding. Philippians 4:6-7. Prayer and thanksgiving guard the heart and mind. Cast your burdens upon Him. God cares deep for every concern. Confidence is in God's sovereignty. No one can restrain His land. Assurance of His divine outcome. All things that work together for good to those who love God. Jesus slept peacefully in the midst of a violent storm, demonstrating absolute trust in the Father's sovereignty, and then rebuked the wind and sea, bringing calm. So trusting God when nothing makes sense is one of the highest expressions of spiritual maturity. They require surrendering, understanding, enduring delay, recalling testimonies, and embracing divine peace. The absence of clarity does not mean the absence of God. When you cannot trace His hand, trust His heart. He remains faithful, consistent, and sovereign. In due time, what once appeared confusing will unfold as a testimony of divine orchestration. May you stand firm in faith, even when the path ahead is unclear.